The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, I've managed to hold in my containment for an hour, but I can't do it anymore. The Cubs are going to the World Series.
Oh, brother.
They are going. This is it.
We're getting a ring this year, baby.
Is that right?
No, it's not. But
Okay.
we're going to do very well.
Okay, at 16-6, they destroyed the Reds just the day after beating them 20-9. I have a Cubs stat. Kenzie's not impressed by sports stats, but I have one I'm going to give her after
Some
we.
of them just don't sound good.
Okay, well, let's listen to Seiya Suzuki first. Take that 16th run last night. It sounded like this.
High fly ball out towards left field on its way out of here.
That was 16, not even excited. Out of here.
Once you hit double digits, you're kind of burnt out on excitement.
The announcers were getting bored.
Yeah.
That's obviously more than the Bears have scored in a couple games in a row last year, by the way. So here's the stat, Kenzie, okay? The Cubs have scored 36 runs over the last two games, their most in a two-game span with a single season since 1897 when they were the Chicago Colts.
Okay, I think that that's a lot of runs in 2 games. I think that we probably should have accomplished it in the last century or whatever, probably. Before that, because these guys make a lot of money. I have high expectations.
You can't just say that's an impressive stat.
It is. That one's good, but that's too long since impressiveness. But no stat impressed me less than Tim Anderson's first home run of the year. Like, that made me so mad. That tweet made me mad.
You're already turning into a White Sox to make something make you mad.
No, but it was like, don't post that, you know?
Okay, the Cubs are making history. Can we enjoy it?
I know, it's really
Can
exciting.
we enjoy it?
It's exciting.
I don't like the way you went up with your voice on that.
I think we're
like
going to
when
be
you
a
lie.
playoff team. We're going to be a playoff team.
Well,
And we're also going to get Shohei Ohtani. So next year we're going to be a World Series team.
okay, I like what you're thinking. Here's another stat. Chicago has scored 145 runs since the All-Star break, 40 more runs than any other team in Major League Baseball.
Well, they have 36 in the last 2 days, so that makes sense. I know. That stat wasn't as impressive on Tuesday. It's really impressive on Thursday.
All right. So the Cubs are 3 games behind the Reds now, 2.5 out of the wild card. So you've got the Giants, Phillies, and Marlins with the wild card, then the Brewers, D-backs, and Cubs. Now, we'll get to the White Sox in a second, but tonight is game 4 of the Reds to keep it going, get ever so closer to that wild card. The problem with the wild card relates to something the White Sox did.
Oh.
So the White Sox lost 11-1 to the Rangers last night. I'm sure I have never met so many Southside Sox fans that have walked up to me and said, I'm tapping out until they make a change, meaning ownership change, whatever it takes to show that they are trying to win.
A lot of people. Is that the change you were looking for?
Not quite.
That's the one that actually kind of affects the Cubs in a negative way. Case explain.
Yeah, so the trade deadline came and went. White Sox dealed Lucas Giolito, who's getting a divorce, Lance Lynn, Joe Kelly was on that list as well. And then all of a sudden, right as the trade deadline's about to expire, and we think Dylan Cease, another starting pitcher, might go to Baltimore. Tim Anderson, my car was warmed up. I was ready to drive him to O'Hare or Midway just to get him out of the city. And I get a little tweet that comes across my timeline, followed by Facebook notification, DM, Facebook, text, Facebook, that Jake Berger, a man who I professed my love to last week on this show.
Case's guy.
He came up in the White Sox system, survived 2 Achilles injuries. People know athletes more often than not don't survive 1 Achilles injury. He made it through 2, made it to the major leagues. He's worked his ass off all year, has been one of the few bright spots for the White Sox. They've traded him to the Miami Marlins.
For a prospect pitcher.
Yeah, a guy named Jake Eater, who, look, I'm not going to claim to be up on the Marlins farm system, but everything I've read is kind of like, I don't know, he might be good. He might also suck. Like, he's really unproven.
We traded Jake Berger for Jake Eater. It's kind of funny. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of funny.
It's not spelled like E-A-T-E-R.
Eater for burger. Well, anyways, he's going to have a hoot in Miami, though.
So, this is the trade that broke White Sox fans like myself, because it's not that we got rid of a superstar. He's not going to change the face of an organization, but this was a guy that we all liked. This was a guy that worked hard.
What do you have, 25 home runs this year?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And
15 or 25.
It was like, what? What did we do? What did we do wrong? This was the definition of I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
Yes.
Are you shocked that Tim Anderson's still part of the team?
I am.
Yeah.
But no one wants him.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not.
They're not going to get anything.
But the thing that he's talking about with Jake Berger is, when these trades happen on the trade deadline, it's a salary dump. You don't care about the prospect coming in, really. You're just trying to get rid of whatever. Jake Berger was not a salary dump player. He's a guy you build a franchise on.
Jake Berger is not eligible for free agency until 2028.
Oh!
The Sox could have controlled him for another 5 years.
They stole him. They could have stolen for 5 years. And this is a Schwarber-like kind of guy, I feel. Maybe I'm overextending that. I don't know. But when you lose a burger, I feel like the Cubs, when we lost Schwarber, it was a bad move.
So why this matters to Cubs fans, obviously I heard from all of my White Sox fans, we're all in despair. It sucks. It's awful. But he went to the Marlins, and the Marlins have just about the same record as the Cubs. They're all in this NL wildcard race right now. And this season could be determined by the Marlins essentially being gift-wrapped Jake Burger and the Cubs not making a move at the deadline. This could cost the Cubs a playoff spot. This is catastrophic for all of Chicago sports.
Maybe that's why the White Sox did it. Like, do you think they just did it to
They're
be
petty.
like a pain in the ass? Well, we're not getting anywhere. You know what would be funny?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and let's go. 312-591-8300. It is Lollapalooza Day. We'll be down there this afternoon, starting right after the show. We're heading down. And then all weekend, every day, broadcasting live, interviews, hanging out with you guys, too, mainly. That's the main thing we want to do. Let's meet up at the Buckingham Fountain. Let's hang out and go see some new bands. But here's the thing. The 1975 playing tomorrow. We have a pair of tickets for tomorrow's Lolla. All sold out, by the way. Saturday still may have a couple tickets left, but the rest of the days are all sold out. So we got Friday for you and a special viewing area to watch the 1975. Our friends at Duncan. Chicago runs on Duncan. And, of course, Brian and Kenzie hooking you up with this right now if you beat Kenzie and clash with Kenzie. But everybody should stay put, because if Kenzie wins, we still give them out to everybody. So 312-591-8300. She's doing some kind of pop-locking move right now if you're
Well, it's
watching.
funny because no one's offered us a special viewing of the 1975, but I win trivia. I'd have to give it away.
Yep. Sorry.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Well, here we go. Lolla tickets for tomorrow. And the 1975 from a special viewing area. From our friends at Duncan. Chicago runs on Duncan. And Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're getting you there. Remember, everybody stay put, because if Kenzie wins, everybody has a chance at him. But right now, it's going to be Tyler checking in from Lombard. Ahoy, Tyler. Tell us something really quick about yourself.
Ahoy. I stayed up way too late last night,
Why is that?
but coffee's going to keep me up. I'm watching Sopranos, getting up, falling asleep. You wake up, you try going back to where you were. Never find it, though.
Now, have you ever seen The Sopranos, or are you just binging it for like the 10th time?
I'm on season 4, but this is the first watch through. I'm basically trying to finish it so I can start it over again. I'm watching it for the action right now, and then I'm going to get into the politics of it next go around.
Wait, you'd watch the show twice to analyze
A
it?
show like Sopranos, you do. Every time you go through it, you pick up something new. You have a new obsession. I've watched it 4 times all the way through. It's just as enjoyable every
It's
time
like
around.
an AP English class. I'm going to analyze the curtains next time around. See what the author
I'm
meant.
so jealous, Tyler. You're seeing this for the first time. Oh.
It's a great thing.
Take
It
out
is.
all the Sopranos questions because I haven't seen it. There better not be a single one.
See here. Who was Tony? All right, here we go. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. A lot on the line here. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails right now.
It's going to be tails.
It is tails.
Ooh.
All
How
right.
about it? How about it?
Tired but accurate.
That's right. Maybe his only victory today. We'll see. Tyler, question number 1. Which country has the most airports?
The most airports.
Yes.
I'm going
3.
to go out on a limb here. Is it China?
It's not China. No, it isn't. Kenzie,
It's a little more obvious than that. I'm going to say the U.S., baby.
you've been to a bunch of them.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, it is, because think about it. We have 50. Not every country has all those
We have
states.
2 in Chicago.
Yeah.
True. I
Yeah.
guess that's true.
So there's hundreds of airports in here, and there's just not in a lot of other countries, sadly.
We be zooming around, you know?
That's what they say about Americans. We be zooming around.
We be zooming.
All right, 1-0 back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, how many ribs does a typical human have? How many
Like total?
total ribs?
All the ribs.
Ribs are
I'm
good.
going to say 12.
12 is not right. Yeah. Tyler, do you know?
So I'm going to say closer to 16.
Nope. 24 ribs. And now I just want ribs from Carson's
Who
right
was
now.
Closer, though? Who was closer?
That's
Yeah.
a lot, because a rack of ribs is 12.
Yeah.
So I guess 24 told her would have made sense, huh?
Yeah. Maybe work that
That's
one out.
unfortunate.
Yeah, let's work that one out.
I just kind of felt, and I'm like, that feels like 6 on each
Yeah.
side when I touched twice.
It's amazing. I can't feel 24.
I can't
Well,
feel
back to Tyler.
Tyler, what celebrity showed up for a court appearance in 2005 wearing pajama bottoms?
Wearing pajama bottoms.
Yep.
2005. I think
Yep.
I was 4. Oh,
It doesn't matter. You got to be quicker here. 3.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is not right. Kenzie?
No, his court, those were more recent court cases.
Yeah.
Johnny Deppsters.
I don't know.
It's Michael Jackson.
It is Michael Jackson, and your girl, his daughter Paris, your best friend now.
All right, 2-0 back to
She's
Kenzie.
not, and I thought she would be, and it's unfortunate.
Kenzie, what separated the slave states from the free states in the United States back in the day?
What separated them?
Yeah, it was a separation.
Like slavery?
Slave states from free states. There was something they called it.
Oh, like the Mason-Dixon?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. The
I thought
Mason-Dixon
you meant like
line.
their policies. I'm like, well, slavery was a,
Well,
was
some
a big
people
thing that separated them.
some people liked slaves. Some people didn't back then.
It was a
and
big topic
Yeah.
back in the day.
There was a line there that separated them.
the
Q101
Mason-Dixon.
very anti-slave, just to be on the record.
Thanks
Yes.
for
I
not
just
getting us canceled
want
this
to make
morning.
that clear. All right, well,
Can you get that up on the website?
There's going to be a link to our policy.
Just in case there's any confusion.
we've got a DI policy. It's anti-slavery. All right, 3-0. Tyler doesn't have a point. He needs to get on the board. It's back to him.
Tyler, what's the top number of a fraction called?
Numerator.
Numerator's right. Tyler is on the board. Back to Kenzie.
Yes.
What does the abbreviation ROI stand for in the financial world?
ROI. It is
3.
return of investment.
That's right. That's right. Wow, she has 4 now, man. Oh, boy. Tyler, what is the name of Woody's horse in the movie franchise Toy Story? Woody's horse.
Oh, it's Woody. It's Jesse. It's Bullseye.
It's Bullseye. Good job. Good pull.
Went through the whole family tree.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
I mean, Jesse, well, technically you said 2 other names. That's fine.
All right, 4-2. Back to Kenzie. She can win with the correct answer. Give everybody a shot at these 1975 Lollapalooza
God.
tickets.
Wow. Who was Sarah Marshall in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the actress's name?
Oh, it wasn't Mila Kunis. It was the other one.
Yeah, the other one. 3, 2,
I don't remember her name.
1.
I don't remember her name.
Tyler, do you know?
Pass. No
Okay,
clue.
Case, do you know? No.
It's my girl, Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell.
Damn it, it is.
Oh, so good.
All right, back to Tyler. It's 4-2.
Wanted to say Kelly, like from Regis and Kelly.
Kelly Ripa.
They always remind me of each other.
They do.
Yeah.
Tyler, which car manufacturer produces the F-150?
Ford. Come on now.
Oh, okay, sorry. Want to get you in there to game here.
Let's give him a leg.
Make it easy for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Kenzie, which soda released the fruitcake flavor, a limited edition Christmas drink in 2022?
Mountain Dew!
Mountain Dew is right. Tyler, I'm so sorry.
Good game. Good game.
Good game.
Get some sleep, buddy, okay? No, actually, don't. Stay right here, hang up, and call right now because...
God bless the baby.
312-591-8300. Caller 10 now will be at Lollapalooza and a special viewing area for the 1975 tomorrow right here from us.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
All right, our guy Mark in Morton Grove got the tickets for the 1975 tomorrow Lollapalooza and a special viewing area for that show for the 1975. However, Brian and Kenzie are going to double it up, do bonus here. So at 8 a.m., we'll do it again. We have some more. We got some more. So Lollapalooza tomorrow, the 1975 special viewing area. If you're just make sure you're here at 8 a.m., you have a shot at it. Everybody with Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. And so good to be back today and have all this goodness for you because we have Ticket Blitz Thursday starting. So much is happening for free for you on Q101. And I just, yesterday, in case you didn't know what happened, Megan got food poisoning, and I had to stay home because I had to take care of Harper to daycare. I had to take care of Megan. I was taking care of 2 people. It was exhausting. I mean, Megan was really sick and throwing
she
up.
was terribly sick and made her own soup while she was sick.
I went and got her a rotisserie from Costco because she wanted to make her own soup. I can't make soup. She can, and Kenzie said, why don't you just go buy her some soup? She likes to make her own soup, and it's delicious.
Yeah, everyone loves to cook when they're sick. It's so fun.
Yeah, I can't eat it, though, now because she touched it, and I don't know if there's something there. But I took her to urgent care yesterday to see what was going on, and she was resistant to go because she's tough, but she ended up going. I think you're like me, and our crew members out there, I'm talking to you guys at 312-591-8300. You use your phone to fall into some wormhole to kill time. Sitting in urgent care while the other person goes in has to be one of the worst experiences ever. For an hour and a half, she's in there, and I'm just sitting in an uncomfortable chair and trying to fill out paperwork for her to help her with her insurance to get done. It's the worst. One of the worst.
Don't you think it was worse for her?
I think it was equal. I think her vomiting and whatever she was going through and me sitting there bored. So I ended up just falling onto my phone. I don't know how the hell the song Freebird from Leonard Skinner came up on my phone, on my timeline about a story about Leonard Skinner. I'm like, why is this on my phone? But I ended up reading it. And then I ended up, you know the history of that band that, a couple members died in a plane crash back in the day. The singer and a guitar player, tragedy.
Right.
But guys lived too in that plane crash. They didn't all die. There was 6, 7 guys in the band. Some of them died. Some lived from a plane crash. How does that happen? Now, I knew that part. But I fell in this wormhole of examining every band member and what their lives were like after the plane crash. I had this much time in the urgent care.
Did you ever check on Megan to see if she needed anything?
I checked it. I go, Megan, you all right? Okay. Blah. Okay, I'm out here. If you need me, let me know.
Jesus.
But checking out every band member, I realized that 3 more died in car crashes later on. I'm like, okay, so you get in a plane crash and your friends die, but you make it. That's living. The rest of your days are all free money, right? You made it through a plane crash, but then you die in a car crash?
I don't know. Don't they say, is it bad or good things happen in threes?
Well, bad.
Is it bad things happen in threes?
Some were years later. One of them was really close, then some were many years later.
Whenever I'm around someone who's had a big old tragedy like that, I'm like, I don't want you anywhere near me.
Well, you think it's
I don't want to know the other two.
You think it's contagious?
Kind of. I don't want to participate.
But
look at that. Look at them on the plane. Now, what's contagious? There's one plane.
This is something I shouldn't have fallen into. I didn't need to waste time with this, but I did. It got me through the waiting room in urgent care for about, an hour and 15 minutes of just researching every member of Leonard Skinner's life.
Is anybody alive?
There's no original members alive anymore.
It's tough.
That's a tough sell, but they still tour.
That's so messed up. That is just a cover band.
Well,
if not one single original member exists, it's a cover band.
His brother took over for him. That's like 40.
Doesn't count.
Was brother 40 years ago?
Doesn't count.
So doesn't. I'm actually with you.
If not one single member exists, you're a cover band.
I'm actually with you on that.
Yeah.
And there has to be even more than one left to still be the band. It can't be the bass player.
I mean, it's right. I mean, it's like lead singer is still there at the time. But,
yeah. But there's some guys that have been with it like 40 years, but they still don't count because they're not original. Anyway, what a fascinating wormhole I fell into. And I learned more and also felt sad, but I also got Megan through urgent care and got out. But I'm asking you that question. If you're like me at 312-591-8300, what'd you learn on the internet this week? What'd you learn on your phone this week, falling into a wormhole on social media? I know Kenzie's got a really good one. Hold on to it, Kenzie, for a couple minutes. Because I have
such a good one because it's so stupid.
And most of it's stupid. That's why I want to share it. 312-591-8300. Share with us what dumb wormhole you fell into this week.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, again, we'll have more tickets for Lollapalooza coming up here in 10 minutes at 8 o'clock. And you'll get to see the 1975 from a special viewing area and whatever the hell. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be it's not me holding my phone up and me giving you your number. And I'm not FaceTiming you from another area.
It's a link so you can sit on your couch.
It's not that. Brian and Kenzie on Q101 talking about the dumb internet wormholes you fell into this week. Like, you end up learning. That's the best thing. We have all the information in the world just in our hand on our phone. And even if it's dumb and stupid, it doesn't matter. The things you learn. For example, Jennifer checked in on the text line. I learned that flies throw up their food before they eat it so it's nice and wet. They're also attracted to sweat and carbon dioxide, and that's why they land on you.
It's disgusting.
Ugh,
Everything about that.
Always wash your hands when
That's
a fly.
a wormhole I would have not fallen down because it's repulsive.
I learned a bunch about Leonard Skinner, about how they died in a plane crash, but then the guys that lived also died in car crashes. It's a lot.
Band should have been called Crash.
God. Bad luck.
Bad luck. William texted in and learned that prostitutes back in the day had bush wigs to prevent the spread of lice and syphilis.
I don't know if I want to Google bushwigs. I don't know if I want to go down that wormhole.
Do you think it looked a lot like colonial wigs and they just set them on? They was all decorative like that?
You're like the white powdered wigs?
Yeah, but just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in another area.
Yeah. Interesting.
Maybe I will Google it. Maybe I will go down that wormhole this afternoon at
I want to see
Lollapalooza.
if they have the curlers.
Yeah, we'll check that out. I know, Ken, what happened to you? What'd you learn this week?
Okay.
I know you guys are like us. You just fall in these wormholes on your phone.
Yes, so there's this show on Netflix called How to Get Rich, okay?
Okay.
Now, it's not about money. It's about your rich life. So what are your goals? Is it to own a home? Is it to retire early? Is it this? And then this guy gets in there and tries to cultivate that for you. Like, how can you get there? How many years? Maybe your rich life is just paying off your debt. It's just a really cool show. Put
Okay.
things in perspective. Some episodes make me feel good about my money. Some make me feel bad. I like that. Okay?
Sure.
So there's a girl on there who was rich and was still facing issues, okay? And he was like, where's your money coming from? Because she was designer, mansion, California. And she was getting like $25,000 a month in child support.
Whoa.
But the daughter was mad because the mom couldn't afford her college tuition. She's getting $25,000 monthly, and she's buying so much stuff for herself she can't buy stuff for her daughter. How sick is that? Anyways, I fell down a huge wormhole of who is her ex. Now, this girl is not famous. That was very difficult to find. I spent like 2 hours figuring out who she dated. She's had 3 husbands, 2 exes, because she recently got married. And this next one's going to use her up. He ain't got no money. I'm like, girl, you should run. But anyways, the other 2, this history was insane because she was with this famous lawyer who owns his own practice.
Yeah.
That's when she had kids with, okay? They get divorced. That's where she's getting the money from, okay? Then she marries an interior designer who owns an interior design company, like for celebrities. And he made her high up in the company, right?
Okay.
So she got this luxury salary from him for years. And then they get divorced and she's getting alimony.
What?
But now she's married this guy who's, I don't want to be like, maybe he's a great personality, but he's got nothing going on. He's an up and coming, like 25-year-old model.
He's an artist.
Yeah, he's just an artist. And I'm like, oh, girl, you are going to go down with the ship. You're going to get paid back for the 2 previous decisions, but it is so interesting.
So you found all this stuff about our exes, how much money each of them have,
I found
and
her
what they've done.
kids' Instagrams.
I mean, I'm telling you, you get in that wormhole and you get trapped to another link, and before you know it, 2 hours goes by and you could have been productive and you weren't. But you know more. You know more. 312-591-8300. Maddie's checking in from Batavia. Maddie, ahoy. What's up?
Oh, hi, guys. How's it going?
So what stupid wormhole did you fall into this week?
So this is a weird A to B, and I need you to bear with me for like 10 seconds.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I was researching the lost city of Atlantis.
Okay.
And there's like a theory within Africa. It's really cool. But eventually I got to the point where I learned that if you think the words, I am not a fish, it will get rid of hiccups.
Wait,
Whoa.
if you think it or say it.
I've been thinking it. I have not said it out loud, but it's worked all the time for me. I told it to a couple friends, and it has cured their hiccups.
What?
I am not a fish.
You said you did think it and it stopped the hiccups.
Yep.
I am not a fish.
Is that what the people of Atlantis do?
Yeah, how'd you get there from Atlantis?
I was like, okay, like, what's the theory when it comes down to, like, people, like, with it having gone underwater or been, like, a water civilization? Because based on a lot of what we see, that's just not true. So I'm like, okay, but humans did kind of evolve from the water at some very, very long ago point. So I was looking a little bit into that, and then I stumbled across just them being like, yeah, because we came from fish, that's why we have hiccups. So if you think those words, you're reminding your body that you're not a fish and you get rid of it.
I didn't realize that the theory of Atlantis also stemmed from the fact that we were fish.
I better fall into that later on.
I just figured that the underwater city with a little, just like the pyramids, we don't know how it was made.
But you thought there were people down there underwater.
Yeah, with a little bubby. Have you ever seen the cartoon Atlantis?
Oh, I loved it. I was fascinated by
So
Atlantis when I was a
good.
kid.
I imagined it identical. That's what I thought.
I am not a fish. Next time you get the hiccups, think it, and the hiccups will go away.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. See, it's good to go into these things sometimes, to fall into this stuff.
You learn a lot.
Yeah, it's a weird A to B, but, it works.
You got there,
That
girl.
was more like an A to Z. I don't know what an A to B.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.